We just got back from our trip a week ago?
Something like that.
And we did a video sort of detailing what books we got. We did a book haul video, and people seemed to really like that. But what we had actually planned to do was this video where we sit together and sort of walk through the whole trip, because it was a trip.
It was eventful.
So we got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to drive to Pennsylvania from our home in South Carolina. We drove, it's about a 9-hour drive to Carlisle, 10-hour maybe?
10 probably.
And we stopped at Banner of Truth. We got several books. We had a good time there. It's always a great time there because their books, well, some of their books there are half off. I think all of them are at least 10%. Is that right? So we bought a lot of books there. And then from there we headed to Philadelphia to see her family, who, well, you can tell this part of the story.
Well, my older sister was getting married. So we got to go and celebrate with them.
Banner of Truth was an addition to that part of the trip because we had to go up that way anyway.
Yes.
Well, the whole trip was for that initially, and then we just added a whole bunch of stuff.
You know how it is.
And so anyway, we went to the wedding. Well, no, wait, actually before that, we got sick. So we were supposed to be in Philadelphia for a full week. We got sick on day 4. And, it was one of those terrible, your throat's just dying, you're like coughing.
Which was fun because I had to give the matron of honor speech.
She was the matron of honor, and so she had to give a speech. She had to stand there the whole time. It was fun.
It was a very good wedding.
It was a good wedding. They're married now, and that's the good thing. And so anyway, we had scheduled an Airbnb in Pittsburgh. And so our plan was to go from the wedding to Pittsburgh so we could see Dr. Everhart. But what we didn't know at the time when we scheduled all of this was, well, one thing, that we would be sick. And the other thing was that her sister's wedding would be an evening event. So you can, give more details on that, I guess.
Well, we thought we'd get out of there, 6 or 7 o'clock, and we could book it to Pittsburgh. But we didn't get out until 9:30, which was a bit much. So we were both quite ill and quite tired.
And if you're not familiar with Pennsylvania geography, that's about a 6-hour drive from Philly to Pittsburgh.
It was.
And so, yeah. It was
quite an undertaking.
So it was 9:30. We didn't feel great, but we thought, we have this reservation. Let's just see how far we can get. And I think we drove
about halfway.
Yeah, it was about halfway, roughly 3 hours. So it was after midnight, closer to 12:30 or something. Mm-hmm. And we stopped at a Sheetz because we needed gas. We got gas, and then we parked the car and we slept for
2 hours.
2 hours. It was freezing. But, we figured it would be safer to sleep in a Sheetz than to try to keep driving to the Airbnb in Pittsburgh. Well, anyway, in the morning, we drove from wherever that Sheetz was to the rest of the way to Pittsburgh. And we drove past where our Airbnb would have been.
I'm glad we didn't stay there.
We were both sort of like, yeah, that's...
kind of dodgy.
Sheetz was safer than this Airbnb would have been. And so we were glad about that. And then we drove the extra 40-ish minutes up to Gospel Fellowship. And it was funny, we were planning to go to their later service. I don't know how this happened, but we pulled into the church. We were planning to take another nap because we had slept for, 2 hours that night. And we were going to take a nap, but we got there and people were walking in. And so I looked it up, and the morning service was 8:30, and we had arrived at 8:24. And so I sort of thought, well, this is weird, but I guess let's go to the morning one because we're here. Just painfully sleep deprived at that point. Mm-hmm. But we walk in the church, and we walked in, it was maybe the 4th row up on the left there, 5th maybe, and about halfway. I don't know.
It was.
I don't know.
It was
on
the left side.
It was on the left side, and Everhard was like over there on the, over by the pulpit, and he saw us and he recognized us, mm-hmm. which was pretty cool because you sort of talk to someone online, but you never for him to recognize us out of context, I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, so he made a beeline over to us and was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And shook our hands and greeted us. And
And the service was really good too.
It was really good. Yeah, if you want some good preaching, I recommend that you look at Gospel Fellowship in Pittsburgh, which is of course Everhard there, and our church, which is Greenwood, South Carolina, ARP, Associate Reformed Presbyterian Church.
Yeah, you were close.
We call it GARP for short, which is why I could barely say it the full length. Anyway, if you look that up, you'll get excellent preaching if you have time, if you're interested in hearing some extra sermons. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they both preached that week on loving your neighbor, which was funny because, well, I mean,
it was funny anyway. But also we had just reviewed Christian Unity. Mm-hmm. Anthony Burgess earlier that week, so we were already thinking about Christian Unity, and then they were like, love your neighbor, and we were like, oh boy.
It was pretty funny.
What is God telling us here?
And I realized we actually forgot two important parts of our Philly part of the trip.
Did?
Yeah, we didn't say where we were staying.
Friends.
Yeah, our friends in Philadelphia. So the first place we stayed at was Dr. Kevin McFadden, who has written some books, which you can find, I think, on Amazon. Crossway publishes those. And anyway, so we stayed with them for the first couple nights. It was excellent to be there. I filmed my communion video there. So if you're interested in that, you can watch that video. And then the second half of our Philly trip, we were at another friend of ours who actually introduced us. And she was really a great hostess. There were a couple times. So remember, we're sick or we're coming down with something the first night we get there, and
it was 10:30 by
it was
the time
10:30 when we got there, and she was like, "Oh, come in, I'll make coffee. I'll whatever if you want water." And so we sit there and we talk, we fellowship with her until 1:00 in the morning. Past one. Just talking, and it was really great fellowship. And again, sort of sticking with this theme of loving thy neighbor and unity in Christ and fellowship of the saints. It was just really great to be with people. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And then so all that to say, when we went to Everhard's church and he preaches on loving your neighbor, it was sort of this moment of like,
everything's coming together.
We just did this. Yeah, like we just talked about this. We were experiencing this. And then we tuned into our church and listened to the live stream there. And our pastor, Todd McCoy, who, again, if you're interested in knowing more about him, I actually interviewed him on Disciplined Disciple recently. And anyway, he also preached on loving your neighbor and being faithful to them. And I'm missing something. Loving your neighbor. So anyway, after we went to Everhard's church, we packed up again. We went to, we got in the car. We drove out.
Oh, boy.
It was another, I drove 2.5 hours.
And then I drove 6.
And then she drove 6 straight to get us to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where we had an Airbnb, which fortunately was less sus than the first one in Pittsburgh that we didn't go to. So we spent, a little while unpacking our stuff and everything. And then we were cold, we were hungry, we were tired because we hadn't slept in,
my goodness.
Who knows how long. And so we were headed back out to the car, and I'm pretty sure we avoided a mugging, but it was only because I needed to put something in the back passenger seat of our car. So she had gotten in the front, and I was going to close her door for her, and then I put something in the back. And our car was parked like this up by the road, and this other car comes up and boxes us in this way. And I'm thinking, what?
Well.
What's this? And so I finished putting whatever it was back in the back seat there, and I when I saw him pull up like that, I closed her door and I locked it because I just thought, she'll be safe in the car. I can figure something out. And he didn't leave, so I then thought, I'm not going to go around to the front of the car and right where he is. So I hop in the back seat of the car, close it and lock it again. So now we're both in the car, and I thought if I have to, I can jump up from into the front seat and somehow get us out of here. Well, anyway, once I got in there, he starts like yelling stuff. And then he was like, "I'm not trying to scare you, dude. I'm just trying to find my lost dog."
Right.
And I was like,
Sure you
"Sure."
were.
So then he backs up and boxes us in the other way, and then he pulls away. And I was just like, "Huh." Welcome to Grand Rapids, I guess.
Right.
We're from, well, I guess you're from Philly. I'm from a small town, so that's not something that you know.
Yeah, that was
I
not
would be
pleasant.
used to. But it was weird because it wasn't like I mean, I don't know what would have happened if I had not put the thing in the back seat, because I would have walked around
Right.
and I would have been, I mean,
Right there.
an easy target. Yeah. But fortunately, I guess by the grace of God, we didn't get mugged, and we were able to go get dinner without any incident.
Whew.
And then we come back to the Airbnb and we go to bed, and we slept until noon the next day
Rightly so.
because we were so exhausted.
It had been a very long week.
It had been a while. So the first day we were there,
We did Baker Books.
we went to Baker Book House.
Yes.
Um,
Which I thought was kind of disappointing. It was very Barnes & Noble-esque. They had a really excellent used book section, but we joked that that was where all of the theology was. Because, you know, the front was just kind of modern.
it was new books,
cheap.
you know, yeah.
But we did
vague.
get some books there.
We did. We got this excellent book. I wish I had it in here now. Of it's a G.K. Chesterton Advent devotional reading book, and it is really
It's
good.
really good.
We're about we're in day 8
Day 8.
making as of making this video, and it every day has added something new to
think about.
and it's just excellent. And then we also got the new Sing hymnal, which we were able to get in the cloth-bound, you know, the green cloth-bound version, which is
Beautiful.
quite nice. Yeah. Second day we were there, which would have been a Tuesday. Now, keep in mind also, just for context, this is Tuesday, our second day in Grand Rapids. We're supposed to leave Wednesday, the next day. Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Foreshadowing.
Now, who planned this was an idiot. Whoever did...
What?
She's right. Whoever did this was an idiot, because for a lot of reasons. One, he planned it when we were healthy,
And then we got sick.
and then we got sick. He also planned it assuming all would go well, but
Which
on
it
Tuesday...
never does.
On Tuesday, we were driving out to Puritan Reformed Theological Seminary to see their bookstore, and the check engine light comes on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Of course. Of course. Also, just after the check engine light was on, if you'd like to pick up a copy of our notebook, you can do so linked down below to help us pay for this repair. We have numerous merches, actually, if you're interested in t-shirts or hats or
That was smooth.
the pullover that's my favorite. Anyway, so the check engine light's on. I'm thinking this is really bad because it's Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
We need to drive 15 hours
We have
home.
to drive 1,000 miles to drive home, and now the check engine light. So anyway, I called the dealer. We have a Subaru. Called the dealer, and fortunately it was not very far from where we were, but they couldn't see me till Wednesday, of course. And we had our RHB tour, which I'm not sure what our calendar is looking like in terms of uploading. So I don't know if this video is coming out after the actual tour. I know it's coming out after the promo, but I don't know when the tour's coming out. Anyway, so either way, you've seen the promo, but we were having our tour scheduled. We had our tour scheduled Wednesday morning at 9, and so I scheduled the car appointment at 11, and so we. Anyway, we drove all the way to Puritan Reformed Theological Seminary, which was
It was good.
a really nice store. They have mostly used books, but some really nice old stuff, really leather-bound stuff. But yeah, good bookstore there.
Yeah, we didn't get to meet Mr. Beaky, which was
Dr.
pretty...
Beaky. Dr. Beaky.
Oh, sorry. Doctor.
The doctor. Yes.
Same difference.
Yeah, we didn't get to meet him, which was sad, or see him even. I looked out the window for him. But we didn't see
That's
him.
good.
Now,
We tried to guess which car was his.
we did, yeah, that was funny. We went out and we were like, I'm sure he's here, so which car would be his? But anyway, Mr. Woolen had said we should have just, I guess, asked for him or something, or gone to his office. Yeah, he's usually there, which was
we
weird
didn't
because it was
know.
like, he's just there. Like it
He's
just
a
felt
celebrity.
That
You
felt
can't do
weird. That just felt weird. But anyway, so we didn't see him, but we did meet Eric, the storekeeper, who was a really great guy and very nice. We got a lot of books there. Probably the most we got. Well, not most because Banner Truth was most, but
We got 8 books.
we
there.
got 8 books there. So a good many. And then drove it back to the Airbnb. Stayed there that night. And then Wednesday. Okay, another context thing.
Oh my goodness.
Tuesday night was our last night at the Airbnb because we were supposed to leave Wednesday. So now we have no Airbnb, no place to stay. We have the car, which needs to go to the shop later that day. We have our tour at RHB. We're both sick, though we were, coming off of the bug.
The next day is
The
Thanksgiving.
next day is Thanksgiving, which means if they don't have a part that they need or they can't get it fixed that day,
We're gonna be there
we're stuck
till at least
for
Monday.
At least, yeah, I mean, probably to the mid of next week. And so, and we don't know anybody in Michigan.
Not to mention, there's a blizzard warning.
And there was a blizzard coming through. There was a blizzard warning. So 7 things adding to this situation, and we just laughed. And it was like, well,
Here we are.
here we are. This is the situation we're in. So anyway, thanks to the Discord server, I had posted. Well, actually, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. We went to RHB Wednesday morning. We had our tour with Mr. Woolen, which I
It
think
went
was
well.
pretty successful. He gave us 2 books, which was really cool. And then we went to this little coffee
Well,
shop.
we took the car to the shop.
No, we went to the coffee shop first. We had an hour of downtime.
Oh, right.
And I edited most of the tour there, but then we went to the shop. They got us a loaner vehicle, and we drove that to a coffee shop that was like 5 minutes up the road or something. And we stayed there. I told them when we got there that our car was in the shop, that we were stuck, that we were probably going to be there a little while. And they were so great to us. They let me use their phone charger because we only had the one because the other one was in the car. And we stayed there for
5 hours or something.
5 or
Yeah.
6 hours. It was a while. But while we were there, I had posted a picture on the Discord server of the outside of RHB, and just said we were just here, or whatever. And Hope Family Bindery, I'm assuming you're watching this, was like, oh, are you still like in Grand Rapids? And we were like, not only are we here,
We're stuck
we're
here.
like we're really here. Like we're gonna make a home here because we're just we're permanently here apparently. And so anyway, he was like 2.5 hours from us, and he offered to come pick us up, which would have been signing him up for another
10
drive.
hours of driving.
Yeah, because he would have had to come back
In the snow, too.
In the snow to get our car back, if it wasn't done on Thursday or Wednesday. And so anyway, fortunately, the car was finished on Wednesday, the same day we brought it in. But we still didn't have anywhere to go, and it was so late in the day we couldn't drive home, and the blizzard coming through was making it so cold and icy that there was no way we could have slept in the car. So anyway, we were talking to Hope Family Bindery, and he offered for us to go stay at his house for 2 nights and crash their Thanksgiving all at the same time.
So we drove out in the blizzard 2.5 hours to his house, and they graciously set up a mattress for us, and we stayed there,
We stayed in the bindery,
which was pretty cool.
and I'll just take this moment to plug his stuff too. If you want a bound book or a rebound book, I don't think he's taking any
Commissions.
commissions right now, but he will, hopefully, eventually. He's the guy to go to. Be sure to ask him before you go anywhere else. He does excellent work. But anyway, we slept in the bindery that he does his work in.
And then we crashed our Thanksgiving, which was wonderful. I would say that also tied into our Christian unity theme.
It absolutely did. Well, it was just funny because we remarked on the drive out there, none of this would be happening if we weren't like of the same faith.
Right.
If we didn't have Christ, because we had to trust Hope Family Bindery that he wasn't some axe murderer that was going to kill us in our sleep. And he had to trust us that we were what we appeared to be online. And so it was a mutual, trust. But when we got there, immediately it was just
like being family.
It was. We really made friends there. And then, the Thanksgiving was so pleasant, so nice. And we also stayed up very late there talking about books and all kinds of different things. It was great. And then we packed up our stuff and we were to head out Friday morning. And we were legitimately sad to leave. It hurt a little bit just to see those friends go away, But, again, in Christ there's unity. And ironically, again, we were studying unity while we were there. I reviewed Anthony Burgess's, the something fellowship or Christian unity, advancing Christian unity. And then immediately after that, this week I had to review John Owen's rules for walking in fellowship. And so the whole thing had a theme of fellowship, unity, and friendship. Yeah, it was really a fascinating thing. But it all worked out well. We drove.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot. We managed to drive the entire. How long? Is it 15-ish hours in one day? We got back Friday night, and we've settled back in here. We've joked with our church friends that we went on our trip, and that was it.
We're done.
We're done. We're not doing that again. But yeah, it was a great time. I think we learned a lot. We were able to have some great experiences, make some new friends, buy a lot of new books, and see RHB in person was
pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. We met a lot of really great people, and yeah. So hopefully, Lord willing, we'll do another trip in the future.
We'll plan it better next time.
It'll be better planned. We'll have more experience in such things, and we'll bring more blankets if we have to sleep in the car.
Right.
And again, if you would like to support what we're doing here, we do have merch, and it is good merch.
I'm partial to the hoodie myself.
The hoodie's good. The notebooks are good.
The mugs are pretty cool.
The mugs are great. I use those all the time. We have Discipline Disciple mugs, Petra Publications mugs. My favorite, again, is the pullover. I wear that pretty frequently. But anyway, thank you all for your support, for watching, for being subscribed. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Lord willing, we'll see you again very soon. God bless.